Have you ever stopped to think about what makes a person truly unforgettable as they grow older? What is it that makes someone quietly more precious than gold, not because of their wealth, not because of their status, and certainly not because of luck? As the years pass, it's not what we own or how important we once were that defines us. Instead, it's something deeper. After the age of 65, there are certain rare and beautiful qualities that, when nurtured, turn a person into someone truly irreplaceable. Someone whose presence brings calm, whose wisdom is cherished, and whose company is deeply valued. But here's the surprising truth. Most people overlook these powerful traits. They don't realize what's slipping through their fingers until it's too late. They don't see how deeply meaningful these qualities are, not just to others, but to their own sense of peace and purpose. In this video, we're going to uncover 6 extraordinary traits that can transform the way others see you, and more importantly, the way you see yourself. These aren't about looks, they aren't about titles. They're about the essence of how you live, how you think, and how you carry yourself through life. And here's the most inspiring part. These are things anyone can develop at any stage. Whether you're 66 or 86, it's never too late. If you cultivate these 6 qualities, you'll become someone whose presence quietly commands respect. Someone who others want to be around, not because of what you say, but because of how you make them feel. So stay with me until the very end, because the final trait is something people often overlook until life reminds them just how vital it is. If you've ever felt invisible, like the world is slowly forgetting about you, or if you've ever wondered how to stay purposeful, dignified, and quietly powerful as you age, this is for you. These 6 qualities won't just help you stand out, they'll fill your life with meaning, connection, and deep fulfillment. And that's worth more than any treasure in the world. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to click that button and turn on the bell. That way, you won't miss any videos like this. And if this video speaks to your heart, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't connect with you, type 0, so I can continue improving and creating the kind of content you truly need. Now, let's begin. Number 1, the power of staying calm, no matter what. One of the most beautiful and rare traits a person can develop later in life is a steady, calming presence. A calm that doesn't ignore reality but rises above it. It's the kind of calm that brings peace into a room the moment you walk in. The kind that makes people feel safe just by being near you. This isn't about pretending things are perfect. It's about having the wisdom to recognize what truly matters. It's about letting go of the little things and choosing peace over chaos. It's the quiet confidence of someone who's seen enough of life to know not everything deserves a reaction. As we grow older, we encounter more of life's trials, loss, change, and unexpected challenges. While some let these experiences harden their hearts, others become softer, wiser, and more centered. Take Harold, for example. He's a 74-year-old retired firefighter. He's not loud, he's not flashy. But when he walks into a room, people notice. There's a stillness in him, a strength in his silence. He listens. He doesn't interrupt. And when he speaks, every word carries weight. Even now, years after retirement, people seek him out. His grandchildren love talking to him because he never brushes off their emotions. His friends trust him because he doesn't stir drama or fuel arguments. And his wife, after decades of marriage, still feels safest in his presence. This kind of calm isn't weakness, it's power. It's knowing when to act and when to step back. It's choosing not to let every small irritation become a war. It's realizing that most things that upset us today won't even matter a year from now. The older adults we admire most aren't the ones who shout to be heard. They're the ones who pause before reacting, who listen with their full attention, who bring stability when everything around them feels chaotic. And here's the secret. Developing this kind of calm doesn't just make others respect you, it brings peace into your own life. It lowers stress, it deepens your relationships, and it helps you focus on the joy that's still all around you. If you've ever known someone with this kind of presence, you already understand its power. And if you nurture it within yourself, you'll become someone quietly more precious than gold. Not because of what you've done, but because of the peace you bring into the lives of others. Number 2, a curiosity that never grows. Old. One of the biggest mistakes people make as they get older is believing that curiosity is just for the young. That learning, discovering, and exploring are chapters that close once you retire. But the truth is, the most vibrant, inspiring people, those who remain truly captivating as they age, are the ones who never stop being curious. They continue to ask questions, explore new ideas, and seek out fresh experiences. They never allow themselves to become stuck in the past or afraid of what's new. Curiosity keeps the mind sharp, but more than that, it keeps the spirit alive. And people can feel it. They can feel your energy, your openness, your hunger for growth. Think about Evelyn. She's 76, a former school teacher. She could have chosen routine, watching the same TV shows, having the same conversations, living in her comfort zone. But she didn't. She reads books she never would have picked up before. She listens, really listens, when younger people talk. Not to correct them, but to understand them. She even learned how to use new technology. Not because she had to, but because she wanted to stay connected to the world as it changes. And people love being around her. Not just because she's wise, but because she's interested, she's engaged. That's the kind of energy that draws others in. It makes you unforgettable. Here's what happens when curiosity fades. Life begins to feel smaller. You stop growing, you lose that spark. But when you choose to stay curious, everything stays new. You stay present, you stay connected. Curiosity is not something that disappears with age. It's something we must actively protect. And when you do, you don't just keep learning, you keep living. If this idea speaks to you, if you've ever felt the joy of learning something new, or seeing the world through fresh eyes, type 2 in the comments. Your voice helps me know this message is reaching those who need it most. Number 3, the strength to set boundaries without guilt. One of the most liberating skills you can develop later in life is the ability to set clear, firm boundaries without feeling bad about it. This isn't about being cold or selfish. It's about knowing your worth, protecting your peace, and honoring your energy. As we age, many of us fall into the habit of people-pleasing. We say yes when we really want to say no. We tolerate behavior that drains us, simply because we're used to putting others first. But there comes a time when you must stop sacrificing your well-being to keep everyone else comfortable. Take Robert, a 73-year-old retired mechanic. For most of his life, he struggled to speak up. He helped even when he was tired. He listened to endless complaints without setting limits. He avoided conflict, even when it meant swallowing his own needs. But over time, it wore him down. He felt invisible, overextended, and unappreciated. Then something shifted. Robert decided to protect his energy. He began saying no, kindly but firmly. He started spending time with people who uplifted him, not those who drained him. He stopped feeling guilty for putting himself first. And as a result, he became more grounded, more respected, and surprisingly, more appreciated. Because here's what most people don't realize. When you clearly define how you want to be treated, you teach others to respect you too. And more importantly, you begin to respect yourself. Boundaries are not barriers. They are bridges to a healthier, more meaningful life. And the older you get, the more important they become. Number 4, a presence that radiates warmth. One of the most beautiful things a person can offer after 65 is a presence that makes others feel safe, seen, and valued. This doesn't require charm, wealth, or dazzling conversation. It simply takes heart. People with this kind of warmth don't need to be the center of attention. They don't talk over others or try to impress anyone. Instead, their very presence brings comfort. Think of Joan, a 75-year-old retired nurse. She doesn't dominate conversations. She doesn't force anyone to open up. But when you're with her, you feel instantly at ease. She listens without judgment. She offers a kindness with no strings attached. And she makes everyone around her feel like they belong. She doesn't need to say much because her energy speaks volumes. This kind of warmth is subtle but powerful. It's the soft smile when someone feels unsure. The gentle nod that says, "I understand." The thoughtful word, the shared silence, the small gestures that speak of big love. People remember this kind of presence long after the conversation ends. They remember how you made them feel, calm, accepted, seen. And the beautiful truth is, this kind of presence only grows richer with time. It's not based on youth or beauty. It's built on experience, patience, and love. The kind of qualities that age doesn't take away, but deepens. Number 5. The joy found in simplicity. One of the greatest gifts of getting older is learning to find happiness in the simple things. Not because you've given up on more, but because you finally realized what matters most. People who are quietly more precious than gold are the ones who have discovered that real joy doesn't always come from big events or grand achievements. It's in the small moments, the ones most people rush past. Think of George, an 80-year-old retired carpenter. He's not rich, he's not trying to be, but he's truly happy. He doesn't complain about what's missing. He wakes up each day thankful for what's already there. He notices the warmth of his coffee, the rhythm of the wind in the trees, the sound of laughter among old friends. He doesn't waste time dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. He lives right here in the moment, and because of that, every day feels full. This kind of contentment is rare. You can feel it in someone's energy. It draws you in. It makes you want to slow down, breathe deeper, and enjoy life just as it is. Unfortunately, many people spend their later years focused on regrets, what they've lost or what others have. But those who choose to see beauty in the everyday, they become lights in the lives of others. They remind us all that we don't need more to feel whole. Joy isn't in the grand, it's in the genuine, and it's available every single day if we only choose to notice. Number 6, a deep sense of self-respect. There is something incredibly powerful about a person who carries themselves with quiet dignity. Someone who knows who they are, what they stand for, and what they will no longer accept. This kind of self-respect isn't loud. It doesn't need to shout, but it is felt deeply by everyone around. Take Louise, a 78-year-old retired librarian. She spent much of her life trying to please others. She said yes when she wanted to say no. She sacrificed her needs for everyone else's happiness, but over time, she realized she mattered too. Now, Louise honors her time. She makes space for her joy. She no longer tolerates relationships that drain her. And most importantly, she doesn't apologize for putting herself first. That's self-respect, and it's one of the most magnetic traits a person can have. It's not about pride or arrogance. It's about knowing your value and not letting anyone treat you as less than. It's about walking into a room and not needing approval because you already approve of yourself. People sense it. in your posture, in your tone, in the way you respond when life gets difficult. You no longer chase validation. You don't allow disrespect. You don't shrink yourself to fit in. And the most beautiful part, this self-respect only grows with age if you let it. Too many people believe that aging means fading, but the truth is, your value doesn't go down with time, it rises. When you know your worth, when you live it every day, you become someone others admire not for what you do, but for who you are. As we come to the end of this video, I invite you to take a quiet moment and reflect on these 6 qualities. Not one of them is about wealth, fame, or appearance. They are about something deeper, something timeless. They are about presence, peace, wisdom, kindness, and strength. The kind of strength that doesn't shout, but stands tall in silence. These traits don't come automatically with age. They are cultivated, they are chosen, they are practiced. But here's the good news. No matter where you are in life right now, you can begin. You can grow into someone who is not just respected, but cherished. Someone who shines not because they demand attention, but because they embody something real, something rare. And if you've already begun nurturing these traits, if you see yourself in any of these 6 qualities, know that you are already on the path to becoming someone quietly more precious than gold. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 6 spoke to your heart the most? Have you already begun to develop them, or is there one you'd like to focus on starting today? Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Your voice matters here. Your story might just be the one that inspires someone else to begin their journey too. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep creating content that uplifts and inspires people just like you. Thank you for being here. We can't wait to see you again in the next video.